Today, we are going to see a beautiful story about an old man. In a quiet village, there was an old man named Gopal. He had lived there his whole life. His house was small. He had a farm. But Gopal was happy. He believed that happiness didn't come from money, but from hard work, kindness, and patience. Not far from Gopal lived a young man named Raj. Raj had just moved to the village. He was smart, quick, and always thinking about how to get rich. But he wasn't happy. His business, selling tools, wasn't doing well. Raj wanted to be successful. He thought that if he had more money, he would be happy. He watched Gopal from a distance, noticing how calm and content the old man seemed. Raj couldn't understand it. He worked harder, faster, and yet he wasn't happy as Gopal. One day, Raj decided to visit Gopal. Gopal, he said as he entered the old man's home, how do you stay so peaceful? You live in a small house with just a small farm, but you always seem content. I'm working so hard, but I feel like I'm always struggling. Gopal smiled and invited Raj to sit. Raj, success is not about how much you own, but how you care for what you have. I've worked my land for many years. Raj frowned. I want to be successful. I want to make money quickly. If I had what you had, I could get ahead. Gopal laughed softly. Success comes with time. Like a tree, it doesn't grow overnight, but with patience, it becomes strong. Raj didn't understand. I don't want to wait. I need success now. What's the secret to it, Gopal? The old man thought for a moment. He said, if you rush, you may end up losing what you really need. Raj wasn't convinced. He thought patience was too slow and he needed faster results. As he left Gopal's house, a new thought formed in his mind. He had overheard some traders in the market. They were talking about the surrounding lands near Gopal's farm. The government was planning to buy land in that area because of new developments. Raj thought, if I could buy that land from Gopal, I could sell it to the government for a huge profit. I'd get rich fast. The next day, Raj went to the market and heard more about the government's plan. Raj saw his chance. He decided to trick Gopal into selling the land for a low price. He would buy it from him and sell it to the government at a much higher price. Raj went to Gopal's house that evening. Gopal, I've heard some news. The government is buying land in this area. You should sell your land now before the price drops. I will buy it from you. Gopal shook his head. Raj, this land means a lot to me. It's where I worked for so many years. I can't just sell it for money. Raj tried to convince him. But it's the right time to sell. Think about your future. But Gopal stood firm. No, Raj, I can't sell it. I still have work to do here. Frustrated, Raj didn't give up. He decided to go ahead with his plan anyway. He started buying up the land surrounding Gopal's farm one by one. He offered the farmers low prices, convincing them that the government was going to buy their land for a much lower price. Most of them, eager to sell, agreed to his offers. Raj now owned all the land around Gopal's farm. He was excited. He knew the government would soon come to buy it all. However, there was one land he still couldn't buy. It was Gopal's. Raj grew impatient. If only Gopal would sell his land, then everything would fall into place, he thought. Months passed, and the day finally came when the government representatives arrived in the village. Raj was thrilled. He had carefully arranged everything. The government was going to inspect the land he had bought, and he was confident they would buy it from him at a great price. The government officials arrived and Raj led them to the land. They started inspecting the area, checking the soil and land quality. But as they walked over the lands that Raj had bought, their expressions began to change. They stopped, puzzled, and started looking at each other. Raj, one of the officials, said, "We have done some tests, and there's something strange about this land. Underneath the soil, there are large rocks. This land is not suitable for construction or any development. It's filled with rocks that make it useless for the purpose we intended." Raj's heart sank. He tried to explain, "But the land should be fine. There's nothing wrong with it." The government official shook his head. "I'm afraid we can't buy this land. It's not suitable for our projects. We need a land that's clear and easy to develop. This is no good for us." Raj couldn't believe it. He had been so sure the government would buy the land, but now they were refusing. The deal he had been counting on fell apart before his eyes. Raj was desperate. He tried to sell the land to private buyers, but no one wanted it. The land was practically worthless because of the rocks underneath. Days turned into weeks and Raj couldn't sell the land. He had spent so much money buying up all that land. His shop business also began to suffer because he had been so focused on the land deal. Meanwhile, the news spread that Gopal's farm was still untouched by rocks. The government came to Gopal's land. They inspected it. They immediately offered him a great price. Gopal decided to sell his land to the government because he realized it was time for change. The land had served him well, but he saw it as an opportunity to provide for his family's future. Moral: greed leads to disappointment. True success comes from patience, hard work, and integrity.